Nelson Mandela once said, "Give a child love, laughter, and peace, but definitely do not give a child AIDS." Today I stand before you with my story, which shall become your story and eventually our story. Bana mama ndati, dawuya pano nenyaya yangu, ichale yenyu, uyenje ichale yedu. Ladies and gentlemen, I lost relatives to AIDS, a couple of my friends and cousins. I lost uncles and aunts to AIDS, high schoolmates who are not going to make it to this year's Christmas. When it's that close to you, you can't. You know you cannot really deny. You cannot even run from it. But today we are gathered so that you and I lose no more special people in our lives. Before I start turning stone, I find it vital to remind you that the World AIDS Day is not about raising money, but it is about increasing awareness, fighting and improving education, and above all, closing the tap to new HIV infections in Zimbabwe. Early marriages are spreading HIV. 1 in 3 girls, according to the ZDHS, gets married in Zimbabwe, either to one of her age or to her father or grandfather, according to age. I strongly believe that if we keep a girl child in school, we would have reduced the spread of HIV. As I always say, if you educate a girl, you have educated the nation and protected a generation. My fellow young people, I want you to always remember, AIDS is no joke. Rap before you poke. What I mean is condomize. Gone are the days of HIV, AIDS, and FRHR talk being a lack of education on AIDS. Because of the lack of education on AIDS, discrimination, fear, panic, and lies have surrounded us. We are trying to live the life that we do not have. Now is the time when you encourage your peers, when you teach them on contraception, when you teach them on getting tested, knowing your status, and yes, adapting yourself to the arts. Knowledge is the best prevention from the HIV infection. Honorable Vice Presidents, fellow ministers, let us cooperate and work together. Alone I can do it. Yes, I can talk to the whole nation about HIV. But together we can make a difference. Yes, together we can close the tap to new infections only if we understand that HIV is not somebody else's problem. It could be yours. AIDS itself is subject to incredible stigma. To those HIV positive, be proud but clever. Be confident, but I always encourage you to be selfish. Yes, be selfish. It is the time that we protect others and we keep the disease to ourselves. It's the only time that God allows us to be selfish. But do not be degraded and do not take my statement as an offense. It is just that I want you and I to be the heroes who are saving thousands of generations that shall come before us. Do not be degraded, do not be discouraged, and do not be left out. Deny to be denied, for HIV/AIDS does not define you. I know things are tough economically, but ladies and gentlemen, the truth is condoms are cheaper than AIDS. Conclusively, AIDS does not make people dangerous, so you can shake their hands, hug them, go for meals together, share stories, have them know they need. The most important thing in disease is to never lose heart. As I said, ain't free say, girls please abstain, ladies of Zimbabwe, I think.